Coming up this week on Ralph and Vicki's Archer's Choice.
I mean, it's the camaraderie, it's the group, it's everyone out there to help each other. It's about the calling, it's about the spotting and stalking and trying to get in, playing the wind, doing all these things. And then all of a sudden, that moment of truth hits you. And either you make the shot or you don't. That is what hunting's all about. Hey, guess what? We are still at R&K Hunting in, Queen Mountain,
That's right.
Wyoming. And this week is solely about one animal.
Elk.
Elk.
And we were trying to get RJ prepared for his elk hunt before we headed out there.
After his mule deer hunt, he said, I'm never going to be breathing.
He's only at 11.5. We're trying to get him down to 10 minutes.
His training techniques may not be what we're all used to, but this kid's an oaf. So, I mean.
He gets it from his father. That's all I can tell you. But we're going to head back to Queen Mountain, R&K Hunting. I'm Vicki.
I'm Ralph, and that was RJ, and I think he's going to beat 11 minutes and 5 seconds up and down the mountain.
Oh my gosh.
We'll see.
This is the Archer's Choice. Oh my gosh, he takes after his dad 100%.
It is said the history of the bow and arrow is the history of mankind. As the Cianciarulos head to the woods for the second day of the hunt, they are reminded of the noble heritage and traditions being passed on to the next generation. Because a true conservationist knows that the world is not given by his fathers, but borrowed from his children.
It's early morning. Rick's already got us on a bull. We're hunting R&K in Wyoming, and I'm going to tell you something. We're covered up with elk. We just need the right one to come by. And I ain't talking about a record book. I'm talking about the right one to come in and want to be on TV. I've got to tell you, here with R&K and Queen Mountain, just everywhere we turned, we were into elk, and come up over this one ridge, we start working down and we spot one movement, we spot cow, and the next thing you know, we are covered up. We're in the middle of a big herd. We just couldn't locate the bull.
Elk are very social animals, with herds numbering up to 400. Since the mid-1990s, Wyoming's elk population has experienced incredible growth, as have elk across the entire Mountain West. Wyoming's statewide population estimate stands at over 112,000 animals, which is almost double the elk population just 25 years ago.
You can't ask for any better elk habitat. Wow.
So all this property that you can see clear to the horizon, we can hunt all of that.
All of this.
All the way to the Utah border up over here to the south. And this is, I don't know, it's not even 1/4 of what we have to hunt.
For elk, really?
We can hunt for an hour that direction on a buggy ride an hour. And
Holy cow. We come up on the 2-track and we figure we're going to try to cover some ground quick, and Rick decides to bugle, and sure enough, we get hit. I just got into some Quakies and had a nice 5x5 come in. It wasn't quite what I was looking for, but he came in, he turned broadside, he walked around us. There were multiple times I could have, drew and made my shot. But the thing was, is we weren't, we were letting him walk, and he come all the way, got downwind, got our wind, and then he took off.
It's got our wind. Was it incredible?
He was 20 yards. He come up, I saw his tines, and I was like, okay, we're just gonna let him. And then he stopped, and then he went around, and then he got our wind right there.
He's just a youngster.
Yeah. I'm telling you what, R&K, baby. This was just, that was awesome. That's elk hunting at its best.
So day 2, we get out to our spot, and right away we hear some calling. We walk a little bit, we hear some calling again, and we're trying to get as far into them as we can get. We hike up this hill, and we just start hearing them all around us. We probably heard 3 or 4 in total different directions. We didn't know what to do. And we were kind of confused where to go. We were feeling the wind, we were looking at the hill where we wanted to be, and we just started making our move. As we're following this bull, we get into a little spot and we start to see different cows in different places kind of around us, so we're guessing that we're pretty close. We hear this elk, it can't be far. I don't know how far it is, because when you get in the mountains, distance is all wacky. Blake's working his magic and he's calling this bull elk in, and he just comes right in, but he's on our left side, which is right where our wind's going. He's right downwind of us, and he walks straight into our wind, stops, gives a whiff, looks right at us, and takes off. That was fun. So we're walking back down the hill. We get 20, 25 yards farther down, and guess who's back?
RJ, hey, look. Here, he's coming back around,
So we see this elk, we stop, we get set back into place. Blake is in guide mode, like 110%, and he does his magic. Like, this elk walks right back through downwind of us, comes all the way around, gets upwind of us, and walks right towards us. When he turns broadside, I draw back, he takes a step forward. I can't shoot, of course not. So I'm standing there drawn back, what felt like for eternity. Like, I thought my arms were gonna go numb, I was gonna just drop everything, and then everything was gonna go wrong. But right before everything went downhill, he took his last little step. That is exactly what I needed.
Everything's shaking. I don't know if it's from holding or just adrenaline. A little bit everything.
Work that one over.
I'm trying to text my parents.
It's RJ and Vicki. RJ, he just shot. I just shot RJ.
That's great.
So we're walking up, we're checking for blood, we're checking for arrow. We're gonna give him a little bit just to relax, because elk are extremely strong animals, and you just never know with them. Even if it's a perfect shot, you're never sure.
I just shot my first elk. Now I gotta find it. Oh, everything is shaking. Oh. Oh, you can see it going down.
So we get down to where I shot him at, we find some blood, we find my arrow, well, the very edge of my arrow, I should say, the end of my arrow, and we sit and wait. After about 30 minutes of waiting, 45 minutes of waiting, we just try to follow this blood trail just slowly, so we don't spook anything, we don't kick anything up. We're following him again. We're just following the blood trail for quite a while. And then we just lose it. Gone. Like, in fresh air, the blood just stops.
Out of blood and concern about bumping the elk, RJ and Blake head back to the lodge for lunch to regroup, give the bull some time undisturbed, and gather up some help.
Well, this morning I shot my first elk. Right now we're all out here. We're getting ready to go out, and we have a full crew this afternoon to go look for these elk. And I mean, for this elk, and it's gonna be awesome. We're gonna have a lot of fun. Hopefully we find them and get it done. So, what do you say? Let's get going. So we get all spread out across this area, and everybody's searching. We have an entire hunting party out here, just searching for blood, for the animal, for anything we can find. And then all of a sudden, you hear, we found it.
Found it.
We got it.
And it was the most relieving, happy moment of my life. And I will be honest, I think my cheeks hurt from smiling for a week and a half after this.
Keep up, Brandon.
Slow down.
Keep up. Eddie. We need the ladies.
There he is.
Thank you. We needed the ladies. That's what it was.
But I give everybody a big hug, and I thank everybody so much, because we would have hopefully found them, but the teamwork and the family just made it 10 times better, because everybody was so happy there, especially Miss Kimberly, the cook, for finding it. Thank you very much.
Oh,
Hey, I got my first bull.
oh my gosh. Congratulations, buddy.
Come on. Oh, buddy.
Oh, it took a community. We did it. You guys, thank you so much for helping.
Oh,
See, we needed the cook. That's what it was.
look at your
Oh my
bird.
gosh.
Whoa.
RJ. Bam.
Oh, buddy.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Listen, guys, again, we've told you multiple times, this is the second day of a hunt with R&K. And listen,
Oh my gosh.
bottom line, you want elk hunt? There ain't nowhere better.
This is what hunting camp's about. This right here, huh?
Yes, ma'am.
Every
is
bit
it.
of it. This is.
You know, so many people measure their success by inches or by scores or by age. It's got nothing to do with it.
No.
This is the score right here. This is the age right here. And this is the opportunity of a lifetime. And we can't thank everybody at R&K because this
Thank
is
you enough.
This is awesome.
you got this kid, you got this guy hooked on elk hunting for life.
Definitely.
No doubt. And we got Brandon and Chad too. So you
Yeah.
know they're not behind they're behind the camera, not behind the elk. They're part of this every bit of it.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
All we could
Awesome.
say is we thank God for the opportunity.
Yeah, absolutely. Woo! Oh, all right. Now we have fun though. Good
Yes.
deal. Now there's a lot of work for you to pack it out.
You know, in all the hunting that we've been blessed to do, there's something very special that you can share with your own kids. And Vicki and I can't thank R&K enough for allowing us to bring RJ out there, and not only for him to get a bull elk, but for him to witness what elk hunting is all about. His old man's all washed up, man.
He's carrying it on though. He's the new generation of it.
I mean, it's the camaraderie, it's the group, it's everyone out there to help each other. It's about the calling, it's about the spotting and stalking and trying to get in, playing the wind, doing all these things. And then all of a sudden, that moment of truth hits you. And either you make the shot or you don't. I have to tell you something, I waited 20 years for this. I ain't packing nothing. He's got it all. I love this. Thank you for letting me be a father.
Making it easy on you. I gotta make it a little bit easy on you.
I'm so proud of him because he put it all together and he made it happen. That is what hunting's all about.
With RJ's tag filled and his first bull elk with a bow in the books, Ralph and Vicki are back in the woods, looking forward to an incredible amount of elk activity.
You just stealthily sneak in. We'll keep him talking. You work your way in it.
we had another great encounter. Nice bull come in, and he was looking hard in the brush. We were in pretty thick cover, and he knew something was up. And the next thing you know, what they normally do, gone. Oh, he come running in, and then he just took off. He caught us. What a beautiful bull! Oh my gosh! That's why we come to R&K. I had a great opportunity, but this cow come running right past us, and then she took off, and then he took off. Son of a gun.
Meanwhile, Vicki and Rob are responding to nearby cow call and are planning to make a move.
We heard this cow calling and we thought, let's get in there, see what's gonna happen. And this little calf shows up and it's just mewing and it's just keep calling and calling. And then out of nowhere, I mean, we're set up and this 6x6 comes walking in all wild up. And I never could even get my bow drawn back. He'd have busted me in a heartbeat.
That was cool. That was so awesome. We're out here. We heard a cow calling. Rob's calling cows. Two cow calling. And that little one comes in and we all just spread out. And all of a sudden that bull come up out of nowhere. Just shows up. I can't move. I can't do a thing. He boogered off. She's just walking away. That was so cool. That was so cool. Huh? I know. Now can I get a Ralph and Vicki t-shirt?
We went back to where we were totally covered up with bulls, and we got in there really quiet, and we did spot a couple shooter bulls. And it was looking like they were coming towards us, and we weren't really doing much. So Rick grabs the Montana decoy, puts it up. The next thing you know, I guess these bulls started pushing these cows, and I mean, we had these two bulls come running right through us. And just as the other bull stopped, there was absolutely no way to get a shot. He was in too thick a cover. But I gotta tell you something, that's why we love elk hunting. Rick wanted to get up in here, hoping to beat them. And he said his plan was, even if we hear bugles, we're not gonna deter. We're gonna get up to where he wanted to get up. Sure enough, we heard bugles, but we kept going. And we came, he put us right in on him again. It's just crazy.
Well, it's the last day, the last afternoon, and we're walking our way out and we see a cow and a calf and a bull, and we did our best to get up on them, but they just disappeared.
What do you say? If there was one person that we truly wanted
Yes.
to get their elk, it was that kid right there. That big
got-
Luke, man. I'm
He got
telling
his
you.
first elk, and we couldn't. We were more excited than either one of us
Oh.
ever shooting anything. And we were so blessed to be able to. We weren't there when you shot it, but we were there on the recovery, and everyone was there. I mean, R&K Queen Mountain, you guys.
Oh,
What a
my
family.
gosh.
You guys are just so amazing, and we can't thank you enough for this opportunity and this family memory that we have forever.
Forever.
I mean,
And here's the
I
cra-
will admit though,
Yes.
that real elk was a lot heavier.
Oh, yeah.
A lot.
well, that's good. At least you got practice in. I mean,
Yes,
you were
yeah.
ready for it, right?
I think just the 2 quarters might have been heavier.
Oh, yeah. I think so,
Probably,
but
and we've got lots of good meat in the freezer now, so I mean,
Yes.
it's perfect.
We want to thank all of you guys again for watching this week. We'll see you the same time.
Same channel.
Right here
on The Archer's Choice.